Welcome to the TV. Today, as I'm sure most of you know, the Dallas Mavericks have gotten the #1 pick in the NBA draft, allowing them to draft, of course, the one and the only Cooper Flagg. And that is exactly what we are going to be doing. With the #1 pick in the NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg. We're going to try to keep this semi-realistic, so we're probably going to try to bring back Kyrie. We're probably just going to run a simple lineup with Cooper whenever Kyrie gets back and AD. For the meantime, we're going to look for a point guard in free agency. We're going to be offering Kyrie a little bit less than he probably wants, but he's going to be injured and he's going to be old. So I think even 3 years here with a team option, but it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a player that age. He'll probably accept we're the only one with a real offer. And it looks like we're #1. And it looks like we're going to be getting Kyrie. Perfect. Now, unfortunately, Kyrie won't be joining us until about halfway through January, December area. So we'll have to get another point guard in the meantime to take over those minutes. Now, options-wise, there's not really a lot of good options in our price range. It looks like we'll probably end up with a Monty Morris or maybe even a Elfrid Payton. I'll throw a couple offers around and see what we get. I wasn't in love with any of the free agents, so we're going to try to make a move here. We're going to move Omax Prosper for some second-round picks from OKC, and then use those picks to pick up Cole Anthony and Cam Jones while shedding a little bit of salary. So now Cole Anthony is going to fill in for Kyrie Irving while he's out, and then when he comes back, he'll probably just end up on the bench. But with those trades, we have some open roster spots, so I'll try to fill those in with some veteran talent. We were able to bring in Steven Adams and Kevin Love to fill in for our bigs whenever there's an injury, and we also brought in Cedi Osman to be a backup forward for us if we have any injuries there. Going into this season, our rotation is going to look like this, with Cooper Flagg probably going to be getting most of the backup point guard minutes. We'll see how he does in those. Before the season starts, I'm going to have Klay Thompson mentor Cam Jones out of Marquette to hopefully get him some more shooting badges. And I'll let Kevin Love try to teach Cooper Flagg how to be a better rebounder. And with that, I think we're ready to start simulating. And by the end of December, it looks like Kyrie Irving is back and ready to play some basketball. So our rotation is going to look a little different, including Cole Anthony getting less minutes despite having a very strong season. Unfortunately, AD and Max Christie both have to miss a little bit of time, but that's the benefit of having such a deep team. We can even get Cam Jones some minutes. At the trade deadline, our team is an incredible 38-13 and everyone's playing pretty well. So I don't think we're going to make any trades. Anthony Davis is rewarded with an all-star spot, as well as Klay Thompson in the three-point contest, and Cooper Flagg in the rookie showcase. Despite being 5th in the MVP ranking, Cooper Flagg does not get an all-star spot. He does lead in Rookie of the Year though, and pretty comfortably at that. Anthony Davis, despite missing a little bit of time, is still top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting. Before the All-Star break, I'll re-sign Daniel Gafford to a 3-year, $60 million deal. This will be good to trade or just a good value contract to keep as a backup center. I won't be re-signing Cole Anthony or PJ Washington though. I'm not sure if I want to keep them, and Cole Anthony's here next year either way. I just wanted to highlight this game where we beat the Utah Jazz by a total of 57 points, where both Cooper Flagg had a triple-double and Dylan Harper had 29 and 5. A very good rookie showcase for both players. Maybe Nico Harrison was onto something, because after one season, Jason Kidd wins Coach of the Year, going 62-20, as well as Cooper Flagg winning Rookie of the Year, and Cooper Flagg does make All-NBA 3rd team, as well as a relatively healthy Anthony Davis season landing him an All-Defensive 2nd team spot. No surprise as Cooper Flagg ends up on the All-Rookie 1st team as well. It's the playoffs now, and as much as I would like to shorten up the rotation, everyone is playing so well that I can't really find anyone that I could take minutes from. Lots of sweeps in the first round this year, as Dallas ends up taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves in round 2, running an almost identical lineup as they did last year, but with Rob Dillingham now a point guard instead of Mike Conley. Dallas runs into a little bit of trouble in one of the road games, but ultimately take it home in 5. The Texas Showdown in the Western Conference Finals this year, but unfortunately the Spurs are without De'Aaron Fox because he had a severe right ankle sprain. But Anthony Davis is also injured with a strained left hip. Fortunately, he'll be able to play. And no De'Aaron Fox just ends up being too much for the San Antonio Spurs to overcome, as the Dallas Mavericks advance to the finals to play against the Celtics, a rematch from a few years ago. Max Christie has been struggling pretty hard in these playoffs, and I think it's more than justified to take his minutes and distribute them throughout our better players. It's a familiar look for the Boston Celtics, but now Drew Holiday's on the bench, as well as they picked up Bobby Portis on the bench too. The Mavericks win the first two at home, and sweeping the Boston Celtics, the Mavericks somehow pull out an easy run to the championship on the back of Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and Kyrie Irving. Now, I honestly didn't expect this, so the next two seasons might go a little bit differently than I thought. LeBron decides to call it quits at 41, despite putting up a pretty good season, as he always does. Kevin Love also decides to put up the jersey, as well as Klay Thompson, both after winning multiple championships in the league. I see no reason not to bring back Jason Kidd, as we just won a championship, and of course he signs with us. We have the 30th pick in this draft, and I think I'll just make a selection because it's always nice to have some depth. A lot of options here at 30, but I think I'm just going to go with Alex Caravan. Someone who's big and can make threes is always useful in the NBA. I think it's a no-brainer to bring all three of these guys back. Cole Anthony played phenomenal for us, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's the backup point guard for us going forward. I don't think we're going to have room for PJ Washington on the court this year, so we might just let him go in hopes of picking up some more depth. I will, however, bring back Brandon Williams on a pretty cheap $16.5 million deal. I'm hesitant to give Anthony Davis a lot of money because of his age and injury history, so I think this deal is beneficial to both of us, as he might only be a part-time player going forward. We're also going to throw a couple extensions at the rest of our guys and see what we can get. We were able to re-up most of our guys on some pretty good deals, as well as pick up some veteran talent to help mentor the young guys. Our older guys don't regress too much, and our young guys progress pretty well, so hopefully we'll be able to contend while Cooper Flagg is still on a rookie contract. And we're going to try to keep our older guys on lower minutes, as well as give Cam Jones and Alex Caravan some minutes and hopefully see what we got there. And then we'll get right to simulating. Fortunately, both Anthony Davis and Max Christie get injured at the same time again, so that means that our young guys will have to step up, but it's a good opportunity to Cam Jones to show off what he can do. Cam Jones is really good in his time as a starter, but as our established guys come back, his minutes are going to go back down. It's an unfortunate day for Dallas as Cooper Flagg tears his left MCL. He'll likely miss 2 months, and it'll be a hard road to keep the team afloat without him. Going into the trade deadline though, the team is pretty much in the same spot as last year, so no moves are going to be made. Max Christie is playing very well this year, and that's a welcome growth as we lost Klay Thompson. At All-Star Weekend, you would have expected Cooper to be here, but because of his injury, he's left off. Luckily, Cooper Flagg makes a quick return and is ready to go after All-Star Weekend. And in another injury-ridden season for Anthony Davis, he strained his oblique and will be out for a couple weeks. As well as Derek Lively, who has shin splints but probably won't miss any time. And of course, when Anthony Davis gets back, Cole Anthony goes down, so we're just having a rotation of injuries this year in Dallas. And despite all the injuries, the Dallas Mavericks still finished better than last year at 65-17, all on the back of Cooper Flagg, who despite missing a bunch of time was still able to qualify for the All-NBA teams, making All-NBA third team with pretty incredible numbers for a player his age. He also lands on All-Defensive second team, solidifying himself as one of the top 2A players in the league. In the first round, we unfortunately draw Jokic as the 8th seed. But with Cole Anthony back for the playoffs, we have a pretty solid rotation to really go at Jokic. And that's what we do, taking him down in 5. But now we have to go up against De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama. No injuries this time, and Ace Bailey, who's only getting better. Apparently the Dallas Mavericks are just too good at basketball and take down the Spurs in 4. And yet again run into a formidable force in the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Dallas Mavericks find themselves down 3-0 and it's not looking good. Unfortunately, Kyrie Irving got hurt and will likely miss the rest of the playoffs. We've shortened the rotation as much as we can, but it's not looking good. Somehow Dallas comes back down 3-0 to bring it to a 7-game series. Simcast. It looks like the Dallas Mavericks are completely taking over with the shortened rotation and take down the Oklahoma City Thunder despite being down 3-0. That's crazy. And we go back against the Celtics one more time. And though it was a much more tenuous road, Cooper Flagg still comes out on top, winning the Finals MVP yet again, averaging incredible numbers. We have no draft picks this year, and I don't plan on getting any, so it's going to be a quick offseason as we're not going to make many moves. Cooper Flagg keeps getting better, and our older guys keep getting worse. I'm hoping it's not too effective, as our young guys are still getting better as well. We're going to run a familiar lineup to last year and just hope we have less injuries. Fortunately, Anthony Davis has decided to fracture his leg, and it's going to be a rough 4 to 6 months without him. But not that rough as we continue to cruise to victories, including the NBA in-season tournament. No trades at this deadline either, but Anthony Davis is going to be back after the All-Star break. We are, however, going to keep him on some lower minutes while he recovers. Cooper Flagg gets his first All-Star appearance, as well as Kyrie getting in there this year. And we finish out the season with a pretty similar record to the last 2 years, but this year, Cooper Flagg wins MVP. He's obviously on All-NBA first team, also on All-Defensive second team. Once again, we're the 1 seed, and this time we go up against the Houston Rockets in the first round, led by Trae Young and Alperen Şengün, along with Elman Thompson. A little bit scary losing in game 1, but we close it out in 5. Round 2 going against Luka Doncic and Jaren Jackson Jr., with Bronny James starting for the Lakers this year. Unfortunately, they have the wrong LeBron James starting for them and lose in 5. Once again, the San Antonio Spurs and Dallas Mavericks match up in the playoffs. However, the Spurs just keep getting better as they are a much younger team than the Mavericks. Splitting the first 4 games 2-2 each, it's going to be a long series. Luckily, Dallas is able to pull it out, and Cooper Flagg once again wins Conference Finals MVP. In the finals against the Hornets this year, LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller with Cameron Boozer and Mark Williams. And the Mavericks sweep the Hornets, and it's a very easy series for them as Cooper Flagg dominates and wins Finals MVP. And with that, I think I'll call it there. 3 championships is a pretty good run, and I can only see it going longer, but it gets a little more difficult with Kyrie and AD being so old. Maybe Nico is on to something, or maybe he just got lucky, but Cooper Flagg is really going to be that good. Thanks for watching, leave a like if you like. What team should I do next? I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 6 to 10 Eastern Time. Show some love if you're there. Thanks for watching.